Hello guys, welcome to the class number 4. I just wanna know, I just doing a quick test. I just wanna know if you can hear me. I want to be sure that actually you are able to. I don't wanna to actually give an empty class. So just by checking
Hello
that
guys,
very
welcome
quickly. To the class. Yes, it seems that you can hear me because I can hear my voice on the streaming too. So that means that we will be able to continue. So hi guys, how are you? I see that there are already some of you on the chat. I see here to chat trend. Truly sorry, most of the times because of my language, it's hard to read another language's pronunciation, but I will try my best. Okay. So welcome Devon. Welcome to the class. Welcome Paid Gamer. Welcome Green Biker, Bicycler. Sorry. And welcome Evil Boy 9696. How are you guys? Welcome PN Cute. Welcome to the class. Okay. So let me change the screen so you will be able to see me in full screen. So how are you guys? Welcome to the class number 4. I see that there are already some of you waiting for the class. Okay. So as always, before starting the class, we always do a small waiting room. I hope you can join so we can play together. So let me change my screen to MiniWord and welcome to all of you guys, okay? So in the waiting room, I'm just waiting for MiniWord to start. And guys, if you notice, I update a little bit more the game that we are going to learn how to do, just to improve the triggers a little bit more and to make the map work more faster, okay? So I know that that is going to have a direct impact in all the triggers that you are going to use for the class. Okay, so let me see which map you want me to play with you guys. Okay, let's try to play something simple, as I know that probably most of you won't be able to play with me due to the region problem that actually not all of us have the same region. Okay, so let's try to play this one. It's actually a Squid Game based one. Is from the last game, the game in which you actually has to guess which one is the actually right bridge to one. Okay, so I'm going to try to resolve it while I talk with you. Okay, guys, yes, I know that you use oxygen in the space. That's truly real, but I think that apart from being realistic, is not going to afford or give like a good gameplay to the players, okay? Because it's already complicated to try to search. Oh, okay. I think I know how I can win. Oh yeah, let's do a trick. Okay. I think in this map, I know already how to win. I think I know. So guys, remember this. Okay, I don't know why this always happens at this time. For some reason, when we are in the morning class, I always get that error, that MiniWord stop working for some specific reason, which actually is very frustrating situation because I have to keep restarting MiniWord. But yeah. So, just to the comment that Grim Bicycler just told me, remember guys that a game is something that is not completely realistic, unless you are going to do a realistic game, in which case it's completely valid. But remember that in the game we always remove some realistic features to make the gameplay a little bit better, okay? So remember, if something is not apporting, is not giving the game a better gameplay, don't put that, okay? Because it's just going to make the map less fun, okay? So always, as you are playing a map, try to do fun things, not realistic things. Unless, of course, you are doing a simulator, but even in simulators, you are going to check that we always keep away some specific features just to make the game a little bit more fun, okay? So, just asking you guys, did you already watch the Squid Games? Because I know that right now a lot of people is talking about that show, and also MiniWord is getting a lot of maps about that show. So if you haven't watched it, just let me know into the comments if you like it and what was your favorite character. Also, if you don't like it, just let me know why you don't like it. just to let you know my opinion, I actually liked the show. Of course, I have some specific parts that I will improve, or I think could be done better, but it's a good show. The story, it's catchy, so let me see. My guess is that for some reason with my illumination system, the right blocks are going to be those, the one that are highlighted in a little bit color. So let's try. Yes, I think I'm guessing. Yeah. Okay, so that was easy a little bit. Not really. Oh, I just had one one job and I did it wrong. Okay. I see. Yeah, one of the base games I think I have so or see. Don't give me that error. Okay. Oh, I hate that because it's very hard to play with that situation. Okay, so let's try to do this. Let's just download it, any game from here to be able to play with you guys, okay? That's actually a very creepy song, but actually also a very good, a very cool sound. The one that says, "Don't move," or something like that. We are going to play green light, and then the doll is going to shoot you. That's actually a great song. It's very creepy. You know, did you realize that most of the horror games or the horror songs are going to have something related with childs, because it's very scary to hear a child just singing in the middle of the night. Okay, guys, so as MiniWord is giving me this problem, I'm going to play Post Tower Pro in multiplayer, okay? Just let me know into the comments. If you want me to play any specific difficulty. We have up to 6 different difficulties here. I think we are going to do it just for 15 minutes and then we are going to start the class, okay? So let me know into the comments which difficult I will set for playing this map. Okay, we have normal, hard, ultra hard, super ultra hard, and also we have insane mode, which actually is death touch. That means that if I get shot by any monster or I get hit by any monster, I'm going to die. Okay, just let me know into the comments while I'm waiting here. Probably some players will be able to enter, and if you want to try to access, remember my UID is just around this area, and it's 2769323, okay? Okay, Peppa Pig Super has been able to access. Okay, and let me... Very good. So I get an extra reward for complete that, okay? So, and let me know, Green Bicycler, did you have any specific favorite like character in the Squid Game? Personally, the one that I like most, sorry, is Siwok. I don't remember well the name, is the girl from North Korea. Okay. Dodgeball. No, I don't know what you mean for. Okay guys, so let me know which level you want me to play. From the normal level to the most difficult one, that is Death Touch. Okay, and let's try. Dodgeball. Can you explain more what is Dodgeball about? Okay, let's play ultra hard difficulty. That means that if I get hit, I will die, okay? Okay, I have my skill, that is the jump skill. And we are going to get all the secrets before continuing. So, on here you always have like challenge. The challenge number 1 is to move the last dummy for his position. And the easy way to do it is just by accessing him, pushing away him from the trigger, and you are going to get a reward like this. Also, inside the game, you will have some specific parts where you can get new items. Like this one that gives me a grenade. And this one gives me another grenade, okay? I have a shot here where I can get some specific things. As an example, I can upgrade my weapons and my armors. And I also have here a depth shop in which actually you can get some things and you can get extra lives, okay? So for those that didn't know how this game is played, actually you will have to actually complete the map. You will have an amount of lives. You start in team with 15 lives. And every time you die, you are going to lose a life. Every time that you complete a boss, you are going to get more lives depending on your score, okay? Also, you have to save the checkpoints. And that's it. It's an adventure game in which actually you have to just complete the game. Let me talk with him. I'm going to read the rules. I have to kill the bosses. In each room there is a specific boss. We need to find the switcher, which actually I already did. And I got it here. Hi Kenzie, how are you? Welcome to the class and welcome Gatito Little and Tricky. Okay, let's start with this. Oh, okay, there is another trick around here. If you go in this part that is not very clear for the players, you will be able to get an extra chest at the end of the training, okay? So remember, I'm playing max difficulty. That means that if I get killed, I will get killed if I get any kind of shot. Okay, on here I get just the chest that I just opened by this, and there is another challenge here that is to find the different block, which actually is next to the player. Okay, so right now I have 6 grenades. Let's try to put the switcher on. And remember, I cannot be hit. If I get hit by any mob, I will die. Like him, and I lose a life. There are of course some mobs that will have guns, like this one, so I have to be very careful. Oh, I get hit, you see? Okay, so Kenzie is a fake GH. It's one of the also best players from here, and the best map creators from the MiniCamp. You need to be careful with the ghost. Okay, very good. Oh, I almost get killed by 1 second. I missed that. Okay, no. Oh, okay. Be careful with that. Okay, you have to be very careful with this game. Yes, I can invite you. Hope my friend doesn't die very quick. Let me try to. I'm just sending the invitation also. For those of you that are here, probably you will be able to access. Okay, guys? So, you have to be very careful. And of course, the only ones that are not going to die... Oh, okay, I get hit by the bot drone. I think probably I'm going to lose because the other player it's dying too fast. Be careful, my friend. Oh my god, he makes me blow up. Okay, let's try to access again. Oh, okay, I get completely killed, but I think my friend is going to be able to kill it. Yes, we did it. We actually get more lives because we were up to die. We have 9 lives right now. Okay, So let's continue. The door now is open. We have to be careful. Okay. Be careful, my friend. Remember, behind the walls there are some monsters. Oh, my friend, we almost get completely killed. There is a sniper, if I'm not wrong. Okay, we made it up to the second one. Okay, let me try to send you an invitation, Basi. Just a second here. Okay, it's just loading. Okay. Oh, if you get like Nguyen, like the message that says that the room has been closed, is because you are from different regions. So sometimes I won't be able to play with you if you are, as an example, from Asia, because we are in a different region, okay? But let me try to invite you. I already got you here. And let's try. Okay. So as you see, it's very difficult in this level. I almost get killed. Oh my god, I get completely shot. Okay, so once more, let's try to complete this level. Okay, at your back, what's your back? Also, there is a challenge here. We need to put a monster in each one of these holes to actually be able to open this. Okay, I know from here, around this area, there is another monster. And we are going to continue with the boss, okay? With this boss, you need to be very fast because it's very killer. Okay, I think we need to get some lives because we are going to die. Okay, I get 10 lives more for the team. Okay, now the team has 10 lives more. You have to be very careful with the potion, and also the spiders that are just crawling from the ceiling. You don't need to be shot by them. Where is the spider? Oh, come on. It's right there. If you get hit by the... Oh, I get completely stuck. No, I died. Okay? If you get actually hit by the potion, you are done. You are going to be completely killed. So you have to be careful. Oh, it's crawling on the ceiling. That's not fair, guys. I wasn't expect that. And we are losing all of our lives on this level. It's very hard. Because of this. As there is going to be potion, if you hit the potion, you're going to die. Okay, a good trick. I ended up on that position. Come on, we need to move away from that location. There is a lot of spiders in there. Roof actually. And Toxin is right there, but she has slow life actually. You have to keep it moving. Unless you are going to die. Okay, we did it. We killed the spider. Alright. Right now we should be able to continue. The door is open here. Okay. Come on, my friend. Be careful in here because there are monsters right there. Okay. Of course, there is another couple of monsters right here. So you have to be very careful with this. There is a sniper on the roof. So you have to be very careful with this. Okay, where is the sniper? Oh, there is a sniper. You have to be very careful, okay? I almost get killed too. And what happened here? Okay. No, I completely died. Okay, let's try once more. Yes, it seems that now we have the access to this location. Now the bridge has been complete, but there is one on here. Okay, I get killed. I see. If it's telling you that the game has been completely shut, it's because probably you are in another region. We left only, again, we only have like 10 lives, so let's do this. I'm going to get more lives for the streaming. Okay. We're gonna be careful because in this game there are always monsters hiding in some specific place. We got the sniper there. Okay, I see that king we're able to join, and we are going to enter to this new level. There is a monster that always kills me on this level, and it's the one that is hiding behind a wall. Okay. If you are interested in this channel, you are going to see a speed run that completes the game in less than 2 minutes. Oh, you. Okay, that's a good trick. I killed the one that was on the top. Very good. Be careful. There's the monster in there. Okay, I get completely killed. So the boss is there, so be very careful. Okay. This is a good hack. Come on, you can come in. This is the ultimate trick to kill the monster. And in 7 minutes more we are going to start the class, guys, okay? Guys, I think I can kill this monster. And we are going to make it. Okay, we were able to do it, guys. Okay, I don't know why my Google assistant just heard that and told me that there is my results. All right. So, just in case, we are going to clean this area. Oh, of course, when you are not playing in the difficulty level I am, you have some specific challenge. As an example, you have to get in that area, and for that you need to be pushed by the monster. So let's go, King. On here we have the save level. We have the checkpoint. Oh, okay. I didn't see that. Okay. Okay. Very careful, because the monsters are just around that area. Okay. I'm going to enter. Okay. Around here. And I'm going to get some things with the things I get from here. Let's improve my axe a little bit to the last level, okay? Because this level, the next level, is a little bit hardcore because it's going to be underwater, so it sometimes is truly difficult, okay? Probably we are going to lose on this, but I have my max level knife right here. Okay, I see. So yes, I know that that is not you, but I already invited you a couple of times, Basti, and I wasn't able to because probably you are playing from another region. So let me invite another players here. Okay. Let's try to move on here. Let's try. There is no monsters here. But of course there will be some monsters in the water. Okay. Let's try to. Okay. I didn't see that coming, but my partner has a lot of reflex here. So, I'm not going to get more lives because we are going to start the class in 3 minutes. Let's see if we can do it until the next boss in here. Okay. Oh. Well, that was actually a very well done. A very well done attack. Okay, I get completely killed on there. Yes, the class is going to start in 2 minutes. Welcome, Mr. Noob. Okay, so as I mentioned, I'm not going to get more lives because the class is almost already going to start. And I know, oh, okay, we left 2 lives, so we have to be careful. Let's see if we can get the next boss, that is going to be the water boss. And welcome, Mr. Noob. You are accessing with the last life. Hope we actually will be able to do it. Okay, well, we weren't able to do it until the last boss, but we are going to start the game, okay? So GG for those that play with me, GG to King and GG to Mr. Noob. Even knowing that you just access, I want to say GG, okay? So guys, for those that want to play that game is my UID, the name is Boss Tower Pro, okay? And very cool things, the last boss, I'm probably going to show you that boss at the end of the class, is a mechanical boss. It's a boss that is made by circuits and has multiple stages, okay? So, let's continue with the class right now. Yeah, we already end the waiting time for the class, so welcome guys, welcome for all of you that are accessing right now. I see that there is a lot more people right now connected because that's important to start the class. Anyways, probably most of you, if you are watching this video, probably you watch this video most of the times after the live streaming ends, so just welcome too. I know that you are not live, but probably you will be happy to know that I'm sending greetings, okay? So, let's start with the class, guys. As always, I'm going to do a quick introduction because I just want to show you this, okay? And I see that Mr. Noob is telling me that he makes a Squid Game, or he's making a Squid Game map, okay? That's very cool. I think I haven't seen yet a very cool Squid Game map. So I hope you create a really good one, and please show me when you end your game so I will be able to test your map, okay? And of course I'm going to rank it. So guys, for those that are new and that are coming right now to the first time to this video, we are learning, or I'm going to teach you how to do a MiniCamp, in this MiniCamp, sorry, an horror escape map, okay? So how it's going to work? Remember, an horror escape map is an horror themed map in which actually you have to survive and keep running for a monster, okay? Most of the times this monster is going to be very powerful, and the only reason or the only thing that you can do is just to hide, okay? In comparison of most of the games in which actually you can shoot the monster, okay? So, as this is a minicamp event, guys, for those of you that are new, that I think there is not too much people that doesn't know how it works, but just in case, in the minicamp is an event that you are going to learn how to create a specific kind of map. In this case, or escape. You are going to learn with me for 3 weeks. After the 3 weeks, what is going to happen is that we are going to do a contest. Yes, and as this is going to be a contest, you will have the option to get some specific rewards, okay? Those rewards are going to be for the most creative and the best maps, okay? So remember, for 3 weeks you are going to learn with me. After the last week you are going to submit your map, and we are going to do a public scoring, and also I'm going to score your maps, and depending on that you can win a game, a prize, sorry. So the prizes are those that you are seeing in the screen. We have real money for those, and a lot of people that can win, okay? So for 8 people you can win the excellent award. This is global, guys, remember that. So that means that we participate with all the other teachers, so it's a competition. This is a global contest, okay? So the excellent award is going to be from 0 to 8 people or person that can win that. It's going to be overall for the best games that you create. That means that the best game makers are going to get this prize, okay? So the second one is going to be the best learning. Is for those that create a map that is implementing all the things that I'm going to teach you during this class, okay? So as an example, if you create a map following all the steps that I'm going to show you in the different classes, probably you are going to win this, okay? But very important too, and this is a highlighted part, this is the prize that gives more people for the highest amount of money. So it's more, the more, it's, I always talk to you or told you to try to get this prize, because it's going to be up to 16 people and it's going to be for $35, so you have more chances to win this one. The third one is the most creative, is the most innovating one, but overall is going to focus on to have a very good map, okay? So you need to be innovating, but this innovation needs to make the game feels good. It needs to be the map to be very enjoyable, okay? Today I'm a little bit confused with English, I don't know why, but yeah. Now, for the last one, we have the best progress one, and how it's going to work for the best progress. The best progress is going to be for the players that are not developers or that are developers just level 1, okay? It's going to be for $15. It's like the amateur part, and also you are going to have up to 30 people, so there is a lot of people that can win this. And for all of you that participate, that creates a map that actually is going to be an horror escape, we are going to have this specific skin, the one that you can see around this area. That is going to be a permanent skin part that I actually already have, and it's very cool, okay? Okay, I just want to know who is Max, so I will be able to help him out. That's very cool. And Basi, if you want to do that, remember in the minicamp of the disasters, you are going to see that specific jellyfish model, so you can copy that mob, okay? Now let's move and let's continue with the time, okay guys? I always told you to take a screenshot of this screen. Remember, this screen is going to be the deadlines for each one of the different stage of the contest of this minicamp. So remember, up to the next week, that means the 17th, we are going to actually have like the classes. After that, starting the 18th of October, we are going to have the option to submit our map to the minicamp, okay? And remember, you have up to the 25th of October, that means another week, but, and this is very important, remember that this time is China time, so be sure that in your area you will be able to submit on time. Also, I always tell you to try to submit your map one day before at least. What happens is that, you know, there is a lot of things that could happen and that can give you some problems when you try to submit your map or participate. As an example, in your area, the internet can be completely disconnected. So probably if you submit just in the deadline, probably you won't be able to submit your map. So I highly advise you to just get and submit your map finished before the deadline ends, so at least 1 or 2 days before, okay guys? And finally we have the review stage that is going to take just 3 days. In that submit stage, I will rank personally your maps, then the mini-world staff is going to rank your maps too, and finally we are going to do a public scoring, okay? And right after that we are going to have the winners. Around the 30 or the 31 of October we are going to announce the winners, okay? For this mini camp also we have the rewards. Just to remind you, we are going to have a permanent skin at the end of the class, okay? So you are going to complete your different skins, the ones that you have, with different specific tools, okay? So another thing that I always reminded you guys is that we have a Discord channel. So if you want to join to this Discord channel, remember that on there you can ask me questions, and also you can submit your map and do a lot of things, okay? In the English group it's a little bit more harder than the Spanish because you can select the language in that server, because most of the English players are from different regions, so probably there's not a lot of people talking, but remember that if you have a question, we have people that can help you out, okay? So, let me see the chat very quickly. Oh, okay, so Max is passy, alright. No problem, and I'm going to teach a lot of triggers today, so you are going to be happy with that, okay? Alright, so now, very important guys, I always told you to have something to take notes with in your hands and a computer to edit in MiniWord. Of course, you see that I implement new features in my script site, so you will be able to edit quicker. But of course, it's going to be better to have a computer. And another reminder guys is that in just the description for this video, you are going to find all the tools, all the scripts and all the links that I always share. And very important, you are also going to find some tools to edit on Android and to edit code also in Android, because I know that MiniWord coding in Android is not very well, okay? And don't forget to subscribe to this channel, that will help me out a lot. If you want to avoid missing any kind of notification, just hit the bell, so when you hit the bell you are going to be notified, okay? So let's start with the class guys. When beside the bicycler is just sending you the UID for him, so I'm just going to show that in the chat, and let's continue with this, okay? For this class guys, as always, we are going to have, okay, sorry for the dyslexia here, we are going to start with doing the basic triggers for the map, okay? So we are going to do something really easy. We are going to do the basic systems that you should have for any kind of map, okay? And also we are going to start making the triggers for the gameplay, okay? So as an example, make the players 1 and start the players with the right amount of items, okay? And then we are going to start to do the pipeline system. That means that your players will be able to crunch or to get into a pipeline. In your case, if you are doing another kind of game, as an example, if you are doing a pipeline system, it's going to be probably to crunch and to get into the pipeline. But if you are doing a medieval game and probably you are using caves under the wall, you can use the system to just do the same. Or as an example, if you are going to do a castle and you have secret passages here in between the walls, you can use this to just enter in that area, okay? And finally, we are going to do the generator system, so your players will be able to fix the generators, and also to actually well, you can change that, of course. There's no need to be a generator, but this system will help you out to create that dynamic, that the player needs to fix some things around the map to open the door, okay? Now, this is the class number 4, okay? So we already have completed 3 classes, and this is the week number 2. Next week is going to be the last week for this minicamp. Remember that we always do a minicamp per month, and there is going to be 2 different days for this. So the day number 5 is going to be the class number 5, the next Friday, and we are going to learn on the next class how to do the capture player system, how to do a monster design, so you will be able to create your monsters from zero, and then we are going to do a multi-monster system. So in your map you will be able to have more than one monster. That will allow you to create a monetization system because your players can choose a monster, okay? And also this is going to give more flexibility, more dynamism to the gameplay, okay? And at the end, the next Saturday, we are going to have the last class, okay? After that, we are going to have the week of the contest and the awards, okay? So be paying to that. So we are going to start by giving you this code, okay? So guys, take the time to climb this code into the comments, okay? All right. So I'm going to give you some time to climb that code because it's very important, guys. You know, with this code, you are going to have some extra mini beans that are going to be something cool to have, okay? For those that didn't know how to claim this, what you have to do is that you have to access right here in this new UA, and you are going to just hit the gift icon, okay? When you hit that, you are going to see this screen. Also remember that in this screen, we also have the other one that says events, and this most of the times gets open when you just open the screen, okay? So when you are going to go to activation code, you are going to be able to claim this. Just put the code here, you can copy and paste it, and if you can copy and paste it, you have to take note of it. Remember that the uppercase and lowercase matters, and just hit activate it. Of course, I'm not going to claim it because I already have a lot of mini beans, and I don't want a player to avoid get his code if actually I claim it, okay? So once more, here is the code, and just copy and paste it again into the chat, okay? Thank you for resharing, Davon. Okay, so let's continue and let's start with the basic triggers, okay? So I see that Max, that is Basti, and also Green Bicycler wants to know and learn some of the triggers. Don't worry, guys, we are going to start with that, okay? Okay, I have this mistake here. Let's do a trick to be able to access my own map because MiniWord is giving me some problems here. So when you get this error, because it's very common, what you have to do is just to search your own map and hit on single player. With that, you will be able to access to the menu, okay? So let's wait until the map loads. All right. And we are going to access to the edition mode, okay? So the first scripts that we are going to make are just easy scripts that you have to have in any kind of map, okay? Not for this one, it's just something that is going to improve the speed of your maps, that is going to reduce the amount of lag in your maps, okay? So we are going to go just to this screen where you can edit all the triggers, that is right up here. You are going to select triggers, and we are going to change the name for the trigger set that we got right here. Or if you already have some triggers, just create a new trigger set, okay? So the first one that you are going to put is going to be gameplay, okay? That's going to be the name for the trigger set. Remember, you can put any name, but I highly advise you to have the same names that I got here, so you are going to be a little bit loose in the conversation that we are going to have, okay? And the first one that we are going to create is MiniGame, okay? So what is going to do MiniGame? MiniGame is going to start the timer, and just remember this, and let me show you very quickly here. For this, I think I need to deactivate some systems here. Okay, so when you start the game, you are going to, okay, actually the system that creates that is the system that I just deactivated, so I have to activate it back. And when you start the game, you are going to have a countdown here, okay? And if you see this cooldown, or sorry, this timer is going to have information for the players. So the red player is going to see capture the players, the actual, that is the monster, of course. The other players, as an example, the normal players are going to see here repair the generators, and the victims, the players that I captured, will see wait until you get rescue for the other players, okay? So we are going to start that. So the first trigger that we are going to do is that we are going to do or create this specific cooldown with the time that you need, okay? So how do you do that? For creating this trigger at the beginning of the map, you are going to hit here and you are going to add a new action, okay? The action is game logic, and when the game is created, it actually is going to start the trigger when we create a map. And the action is going to be timer, operated cooldown timer, or run countdown timer. Remember, we have two options. Cooldown is going to actually take the time that you give to the system and is going to start moving backwards. So if you give 10, it's going to start counting in 10, then there's going to be the 9, and then the 8, and so on until the number 0. And the other one, the one that only says run timer, is going to do it in the other way, vice versa. That means that it's going to start in 0 and it's going to end in the number, or well, whenever you want it, okay? So as an example, if you start, it's going to start in 1s, next second is going to be in 2 and 3, and it's going to keep increasing, okay? So as we are going to place a time that is going to end, we are going to use run countdown timer. When you do that, you are going to get this menu, okay? So the first one is the game timer, okay? So if you hit here, we are going to create a new variable. The variable name is game timer, okay? So just hit create new variable. And when you hit create a new variable, okay, you are going to get this interface. Just put the name here, game timer, just like I have it. So you will be able to follow what I did, game timer. Of course, I already have it, right, created, so I'm going to just put another name. Okay, and when you got it, when you complete with the game timer name, you are going to see it here. Now, for the time, the cooldown is the amount of seconds that you are going to get for the full game, okay? So here is the trick, guys. I put 895 seconds. What you can do is just use any kind of calculator, guys. And remember, your map is going to have 60 seconds per minute, okay? So if you want, as an example, to place 5 minutes, or your map is going to last 5 minutes, what you do is just multiply 60 by the amount of minutes that you want to have. So in my case, it's going to give me 300, okay? So if you notice, my map is going to be played in almost, and it is, this is very important, 15 minutes, okay? So remember, you take 60 and you multiply that for 15, that is the amount of minutes that you wanted, and it's give me 900. Actually, this is going to have 5 seconds less because I do some strips before that, but that's okay, you don't need it to do it. If you want it, just place here 900, okay? And the amount of time that you want it. My advice is to keep it in 600, and that is going to be 10 minutes, okay? And the second option, the one that says repeat timer, as false, okay? That's very important. And we end the first trigger. That's going just to start the system, so we always are going to have this system operating, okay? What will be the next option? It's going to be the win trigger, okay? So remember that the way that the players are using to win the game is that after some times, when they repair all the different generators, this door is going to be open, and if they will be able to exit from this door, they will be able to win, okay? That's the main target for the players. So what you are going to do, remember I told you in the first class to create your exit door? Okay, so your exit door should be covered like this one. And what you are going to do is just getting apart from the door, give a little bit of way that the players can use to walk around before one, okay? And you are going to create an area. To create the area, remember you just need to hit here on tool mode, and you have different options here. You are going to use the first one. This will allow you to have this interface. So with this, you can create an area, okay? So remember, to create an area, just hit whenever you are going to hit at the first point of the area, and then move your mouse or your screen until the second area, and then hit again to have the area created. Of course, I already have my area, so I'm going to delete this one. We are going to delete it. But with this area system, you are going to create an area at the end of your exit, okay? So whenever the players touch this area, the game is going to be over and the players are going to win. So I put an area that covers all that point, so players will always touch that part. and I rename that area. So remember, for renaming your area, you need to press this small button or use the letter B in computer and select the area that you want to rename, okay? In my case, it's going to be this one. I put it 1 game, okay? All right, once you have this area created and rename it, remember it's very important to rename your areas because probably after some point you are going to have a lot of areas and it's going to be confused for the players. What you are going to do is that you are going to create a new trigger, okay? The name of the trigger is going to be win. Remember, to create a new trigger, you just need to hit here. And you are going to add the next event. First event is going to be player, and when any player enters to the area, okay? When you add that, you are going to have this screen. You need to select on the enters, you need to select choose area, and you are going to select the area that you just created, the one that says 1 game, okay? Now, the condition is that the player needs to be on the red, in the blue team, okay? So remember, to add the player condition, just go to player and determine player team is going to actually create this, okay? So first you are going to see this completely closed. Remember to expand all the sections. And in players team, you need to select players in trigger event. You are going to have it here. Yes, and the team needs to have the different options. You need to select the team number 2. Remember, team number 2 is the team for the players, okay? For the actual human players, okay? So if any of those players enters on here, you are going to stop right there. You are going to create 2 new triggers, okay? So just hit on create new trigger once, and you are going to rename it to blue win, okay? And then you are going to hit again into create new trigger, okay? And this trigger name is going to be green will, or yeah, green win, okay? Those are going to do just exactly the same, but we are going to check that conditions for every one of the players, okay? So on the first one, on blue win, you are not going to put any event. You are going to add a condition, and the condition is going to be player and determine player team. Just like the other, you are going to expand, you are going to put players in trigger events if it gives you just into this trigger, not in the other. In this one, that doesn't have any event, the orange color, that means that is okay, okay? Yes, and then the player number 2, the team number 2, okay? And then the action is going to be player, allow player to win. That is this one, okay? And in allow player to win, you need to be sure that here says player in trigger event. And that's it. You are going to do just exactly the same for the other one. But very important, huge advice here, guys. It's that on here, in the condition, you need to change for the team 3. So that's it. With these 2 already created, you are going to go back to this section, the section that says gameplay, okay? And in the trigger that we create that the name is win, we are going to add a new condition, okay? And the condition is that we are going to add player here, trigger, and there is an option here that says player group, right, guys? So remember, we have an option here that says operate trigger to a player group. And what it's going to do is, this is going to transform the trigger and it's going to execute the trigger that we are going to tell the game to do, but it's going to do it in player by player, okay? So remember, if you, as an example, want to do a buff for all the players, just do the same that I did here. Create another trigger, and on this one, you are going to add that option that says operate trigger to a player set, okay? So once you hit that one, you are going to have this menu. So first it's going to tell you or ask you which trigger we are going to execute. On here, we are going to select triggers, and we are going to select the blue win, okay, at first. Then it's going to tell you to exactly which player or which team is going to execute this. So we are going to access there, we are going to access to function library, we are going to select players and all players, okay? But the most important one of this one, to avoid some errors here, is that you need to select here, check trigger condition as true, because if you don't place that, probably it's going to make win also to the main player, to the monster player, okay? And then you are going to just hit copy, and then you are going to paste this in the same trigger. Of course, I already got it here, so I'm going to delete it. And the only information that you are going to change is this one, okay? So where it says perform team to blue, in the second one you are going to put green, okay? And that's it. We have already our conditions to win, okay? So with this, your players, if access to that area, they will be able to win. How you can test that? Just be sure that your player is going to be assigned to the second team, and then access to that area. If everything works and you are in the second team, in the team number 2, the blue team, that means that you made it and it's working, okay? Now, before continuing, we are going to do or complete our basic systems. So you are going to create a new trigger set, or you can use the same, it's up to you. I separated to have everything more like organized, but you can do the same script sets, trigger set, sorry, and we are going to do some important triggers here, okay? So the first one is something that we always do in the class, and it's, guys, that every time that you create an effect in this scenario, as an example, I don't know, an explosion here, the explosion is going to still be there until you delete it. Even if you cannot see the explosion, the system is going to save that information, so it's like the explosion is going to keep there. And of course, if you do that one time, it's not going to happen. But if you do that a lot of times, it's going to stay on there, and it's going to take the memory, and it's going to slow down your game a lot. So we do that system that it's a little bit smarter, and what it's going to do is going to delete that effect, even if you cannot see it, after 1 minute of usage, okay? So how you can do that? What you are going to do is to create a new trigger. The name is auto delete effects, so you don't have to worry for that. And then you are going to add a new event, okay? The event is going to be on a special effect, and the special effect is going to be created in random position, okay? So you are going to select the first. Remember, all of those are different. The difference, you can read it at the end. This is going to create effect in a position. This is going to create effect in a player. And thank you so much for correcting me yesterday. There's no player, it's player. And this third one is going to create it in a creature, and the final one is going to create it in a projectile, okay? So we are going to select the one that says in a position, and the action is going to be the next one. We are going to go to timer, and we are going to select waiting time, okay? Waiting time is just going to pause this specific trigger just by 1 second, and right after that is going to execute the next one, okay? So the next one, after 1 second, that is enough time to execute any kind of effect. That's actually too much time. You are going to add a new condition that is going to be also in a special effect. And on here, you are going to have more options. You need to select delete this special effect on the position, okay? Very important, select the one and the position, okay? Don't select the others. Once more, this is positions. This is for players, this is for creatures, and this is for projectiles, okay? So you are going to select delete, and you are going to select type of special effect in the event on the event position, okay, guys? And that's it. With this, every time that you create an effect on a position, not in a player, the system is going to auto-delete that, so you don't have to worry for that, and it's going to run a little bit faster in your game, okay? This is the first one. The second one that we are going to learn how to do is the timer, okay? So if you notice, and you have noticed this, when you are in another games, and okay. I remember that I cannot do it, of course. Yes, I think I can do it, okay? So, for most of the maps, if you open any interface, this, as an example, you open this menu that is the buy things menu, or as an example, you open any menu in the game. This is going to be completely deleted. Okay, what is going to do this one? This one is going to fix that bug. That means that even if you open this kind of menu, the game is going to still showing this specific timer message after that, okay? And the most important one, the one that we are going to do, is going to keep showing this even if the player has a different team. So for this team, this actually the red team is going to show capture the players and the time. For another team, as an example, the blue team is going to show fix the generators, and for the normal players that are going to be the captured players, is going to tell wait until you get rescue, okay? So how you are going to do that? We already have the first script, that is the first trigger, sorry, that is the one that creates the time down, okay? Now we are going to implement the other one, okay? So you are going to create a new script. The script is going to be show timer, okay? And what you are going to do is to add a new action. The action is just right here in game logic and is designate a timer change, okay? It's very important, no timer change. You are going to use this one because this one will allow us to choose which timer we are going to check. And what it's going to do is to execute this trigger every time that the timer changes. That means every second, okay? So when game timer changes, you are going to select that. Remember that we already create that variable, that is game timer. Remember, it's on variables. We are going to add the next actions, okay? So the first action that we are going to add is right here on timer, and it's show display timer, sorry, or display timer time, okay? That is going to not only make that timer work, it's going to show that timer for the players, okay? So you are going to see this interface. You are going to select a game timer on the first one. Once more, it's on variables we already created. And the most important thing is right here. So you are going to select in the second option, function library. You are going to go to player group and all players in team. In all players in team, you will have this new specific tab. You are going to select team. And in options, you are going to select the team number 2 or the team number 2, that is the team blue. And on here, you are going to tell the game to repair the generators, okay? Very important, on here, you will have also some options, okay? So as you notice here, I have a specific icon that is like the warning sign, and where you can find those icons, okay, those those characters. So if you access to the script site, the one that I always share right here, okay, there is going to be a folder, because remember that I just reordered this in folders. There is going to be one that says basics, and in basics you are going to find this that says tech characters, okay? So I already filtered all the characters that you can use in MiniWords, so you just copy and paste whatever symbol you want. As an example, this works also in, as you see right up here, so you can use a lot of icons. So you will give an extra level to the interface to your MiniWord, okay? So remember just to put for the blue team, sorry, you are going to put repair generators. If you don't have generators, as an example, you have, I don't know, like just fix all the doors or whatever you have, just put it here, okay? This is the main target for that team. Then we are just going to copy and paste on the same trigger, and what you are going to do is just keep the same information in the first option. In the second option, you are going to change that for team red, so that means options red team. And for this one, you are going to put a different thing. You are going to put capture the players, okay? If you want to keep some color, remember you can use a hashtag or pound and the R in uppercase to give the red color. And you are going to copy and paste once more. This time with the new one that you copy, you are going just to change the team to team green, sorry. And you are going to put here wait to be rescue or whatever you wanted to put, but it's the different targets and information for each team. So what is going to happen is that this is going to show different information to each team. So right now we already have the win conditions. We also have the timer working. What we are going to do next, okay? And this is very important, guys. Let me show you on here. Of course, I already have it in some specific way, but I need to change that so you will be able to see what is going to happen, okay? So when I start the game, I'm going to die, of course, because I am the monster. And if I get down to this location, you are going to see that says repair all the generators to exit, and if I try to access here, it's going to tell me no energy, and it's going to tell me right here in the door information that I need to repair all the 7 generators to exit the door. Why we are putting this? Because we need to give information to the players so they are not going to miss that actually they have to fix the door to be able to exit, okay? So that's the one that we are going to create it, okay? So what you are going to do for this, okay? You are going to create another area, just like the way I teach you how to create the area. Remember, tool mode and select the first option. But this area, it's going to be 1 block ahead from your door. That means that 1 block before your door and 1 block after your door, okay? And it's going to cover the most of the area of the door. Why we are going to do this, okay? Because we are also, apart from giving information to the players, we also are going to use this area to remove the blocks in the exit when the players fix the door, okay? So what we are going to do is just to create that area, and you are going to rename it, okay? So if you find out I put the name of door exit, it's very important to tag your areas. Remember to just tag your area, just hit here on rename, and you will be able to change the name of your area, okay? So once you have that area created, what you are going to do is to put an option here. You are going to add a new trigger. You are going to rename it as a door warning, okay? So first option is going to be player. If player enters an area right here, okay? The condition or the action is going to be door exit, okay? Remember the area that we just created, just select choose area and select the door exit, the area that we just created, guys. That's very important. Sorry, going to accommodate myself a little bit. And what you're going to do is add also a condition, okay? So the only one that is going to receive that message is the blue team, okay? So you are going to go here, you are going to go to player group, and determine team, okay? In determine team, you are going to expand this section and you are going to select players in trigger event, and you are going to select the team in options, team number 2, okay? This is only going to happen for the blue team. And the actions is first, remember, we are going to create the text, the floating text that just keeps just moving up. That is going to be no energy. Then we are going to set a chat, and very important, whenever you do a notification, remember to put a sound on it, okay? So the sound that we are going to use is that error sound that you hear, boop, beep, okay? So we are going to do the next thing. First, we are going to add the floating text. For doing this, you are going to go to player and display text to player. It's right here, okay? Once you have that, you are going to put on here players in trigger event, and on here you are going to select no energy, okay? You are going to put no energy. Of course, I put the blinking, so to put the blinking, you only need to put this before the text, that is how this symbol is being called? Okay, it's pound or hashtag, whatever name you want to give it, and lowercase b, okay? Very important, if you have the translation option, remember to translate that. So when you are on that section, just put translate to all the language that you already select, and the game is going to take some time, but it's going to translate, okay? Very important, guys, not always, and this is very important, is going to have the best translation, but it's going to be better at that to understand anything, okay? So that's going to be the first message. Then we are going to add a new action. The action is going to be in players, and it's going to be right here. It's this one that says display chat info, okay? And let me read you in the comments very quickly. Welcome, Zenith. I see that you are coming back. Oh, I missed the chat a little bit, and there is a lot of message. Hello, Rosie, and welcome to the class. Okay, very good. The iPhone is growing in popularity. Okay, well, I see that you are talking in the chat. It's okay, guys. For now, guys, what we are going to do with the chat option is right now we are going to select displayed option to the chat. Remember the option that I just mentioned before, and on the first part you are going to select players in trigger event. Remember, this is the target, okay? So it's going to show to the same player to access to that area, okay? The content is going to be repair all the 7 generators, okay? How do you do that? Once more, you will just open here and put inputs. Once more, it's very important to clarify or to specify how much generators you need to fix, okay? Once more, if you need to translate that and you have the translation option, remember that not all the players can have that option, just the developers, and I don't know, I'm not sure if developers from level 0, but I have that option, okay? If I have it, I just hit here, translate to all, and as always, it's not going to have the best translation, but it's going to be better to don't have any translation at all. As you notice, as an example here, in some specific languages, you can get this error. Okay, so in that case, probably I just have to remove some words. Or what other thing that you can do when this happens to you, because as an example, in my case, I don't know what it's telling me here because I don't know how to speak Thai. I think it's Thai, I'm not sure. What you are going to do is just put the language in English, okay? And that's it, guys, okay? The final part is just to add the sound. The sound is going to be for the players, so just go here. You are going to scroll down and select sound. You are going to play player's turn on effect, okay? And the sound I use is mark number 10. That is the sound that, if you notice, is when you hear that sound, you know that there is an error in something that you made, okay? And the volume is number 10, very important, don't activate the loopback option, okay? And that's it. With this, every time a player access to this area and the player is not from another team more than the human players, is going to tell that information, so we force the players to look and to know a way that exit, okay? So even if the player doesn't know how to play, when they try to access to the exit, they are going to get that message, okay? So now we have that option also added. We left the last one, okay? And this is very easy. This is how to open the door, okay? And in this is very important, this, guys. Most of the times when the players are going to fix all the 7 generators, they will be receiving a message that says, now you can exit. But there is a problem, guys. If I am right here and I'm playing, as an example like me, that I like to play with the less resources because it's going to be a little bit faster, okay? That I'm using the near options in Vision. If you notice, that area is not going to be rendered. You see in the background, you see that area is completely deleted, right? That means that actually, if, as an example, I told the system to delete the blocks that are in the door, that the area of the door is not being rendering from this area, is not going to happen because there is no players in that area, okay? So, probably if you do it in that way, when the players try to access here and they were far away from that, the door is it's going to be completely closed because the system detects, or MiniWare detects, that in that moment that area weren't rendered, so it doesn't change any block on there, okay? And that will actually ruin the situations because the players won't be able to exit. How do you fix this, okay? What you are going to do is to create a Boolean variable. That means that when you fix all the generators, that Boolean, and remember that Boolean is a variable that only has 2 values, true or false. At the beginning of the game, a global variable called openDoor is going to be completely false. When you fix the generators, it's going to be on, okay? And the condition is very easy, guys. Whenever a player enters to the area where is the room and the exit, as when the player is on that area, this exit are going to be completely rendered. That means that it's going to appear in the game. We are going to open the door. So with that, we fix that, because whenever a player is on that area or not, it's not going to be relevant, because when the player accesses to that area, it's going to open the door, okay? That's the way you fix that, okay? So that's the trigger that we are going to create right now, and it's being called openDoor, okay? So first things first, we are going to create this area. And this is very important, guys. In some point, we are going to create the victim system. So in the victim system, if the players try to access or exit, From this main room, they are going to be pulled back to the center of the room. That means that the players that are captured won't be able to exit from here, okay? So, we are going to use the same area for this, of course, because it's my map, but of course you can use multiple areas, okay? So first thing that you are going to do is you are going to create the area. You are going to go to the tool mode right here. You are going to press F3. When you press F3, you are going to create from one of the corners to the top of the corners, you are going to create a new area. You see, it's going to cover all this blue part. And the name that you are going to give is victims area. In my case, in your case, if this is only going to work for open your door, it's going to be door room, okay? Once you create that area, you are going to go right here. You are going to move to triggers and you are going to create a new trigger. The name is going to be open door, okay? And just give me a second, I'm going to see the comments. All right. So in the comments we are okay. I see that you are not asking me any questions. And remember that if you want to ask me any question, just let me know, okay? Yes, for Green Bicycler that is asking me is Green Fear Paradox. That is the map that we are learning how to do. Okay, so. Okay, so. Guys, right here, we are going to see the different options. There is the one that says events, okay guys? So for the events, it's going to be the same that we always do. It's just go to players, select on here players enters area. And when you do that, you are going to select victims area, remember, or victims area or open door, whatever you want to give this room, the name. Now we are going to select a condition, and this is the most important, guys, okay? And on this part, I always give big warnings. Remember when I do this position that actually I don't know what it means, but it's something that you can know that I'm talking very serious on this. You need to use the same name that I'm going to use for this, okay? It needs to be the same name and it has to have the same uppercase and lowercase, okay? So very important, guys, on here, you are going to scroll down to tools, okay? And on tools, you have some extra conditions. The first one will allow you to determine a timer time. The second one will allow you to determine a Boolean comparison, okay? And the third one, a string. So remember what is a Boolean comparison is, Boolean is just a variable that has two values, true or false. It exists or doesn't exist, has energy or not, okay? So we are going to use that. You are going to select Boolean comparison. And on here, you have to create a new variable, okay? So when you go there, you are going to create a new variable. The name that you are going to give to this variable is open door, okay? You need to do it in the same way that I'm doing, the same text, okay? This is very important. The O is in uppercase and the D is in uppercase. All the other letters are in lowercase. And you are going to put the default value on 0, that means false, okay? Of course, I already have it, so I'm going to change this. Okay, so you are going to select open door, yes, and it needs to be true, okay? On here, of course, you only have true or false, remember true, okay? And on here, what you are going to do is just to delete all the blocks, okay? So the option that we got in MiniWord is that you have to select which blocks you want to do, so try that most of your door is actually having the same blocks, okay? In my case, I have two different ways of blocks. The first one is going to be the red metal, the second one is going to be the crystal, and the third one is going to be the slider block, okay? So I have all of them here. First one, I'm going to create a new one, a new option. We are going to select blocks, and we are going to select clear blocks, okay, or delete blocks. And that option is, I think it's break the block. Not sure about that. No, it's not break the block. Break the block is actually going to drop the blocks on here. So it's going to be remove blocks in area, okay? So you go here again, and you are going to select delete. Where is delete? I can see it. I think it's remove block. No. Okay, it's remove block in area, okay? You select that one. And on here you are going to have these options. The first one is that you need to select which kind of block. remember, just select each one of your blocks. In the area, you are going to select door exit. Okay, that's my area. So remember, I got the door exit here, is the area that we just created for the exit. That also gives the message to the player. And of course, you need to copy and paste the amount of times that you have different blocks. You need to change the blocks on here, okay? And finally, we are going to change the trigger status. So that means that if a player accesses again to this area, it's not going to execute this. For just turning off a trigger that you only are going to use once, so it's not going to take that amount of memory, just hit here. And what you are going to do is to add a new one, trigger, operate trigger, or change trigger status, sorry. And when you select change trigger status, you can turn on and turn off some triggers. So you are going to select on here, open door, that is the trigger that we just made. And we are going to turn it off completely, okay? Now, we already got this, and it's completely off, okay guys? With this, when the player wants an access to this area, when all these generators are going to be open, the exit can be completely open, okay? So, I don't know what is that, and I don't want to pronounce it because I know sometimes you can try to troll me, but oh, okay, it looks very, very, very delicious. What is it? It's like a brownie, because it seems delicious actually. Okay, so very important guys, with this we already end the basic triggers, okay? With this, your game, it's going to have all the basic features. I'm going to do a small break here. And just to let you know, we already finished our next plan. Remember that we already have the scenario and the item is working. Right now we are working in interactive items, okay? So I'm going to give you the next code, guys. Just be ready for this. I'm just sending you this. But in the meanwhile, apart from the code, I'm just going to check that, and that looks amazing, guys. So, yeah, I think there is like a brownie on here. So, brownie. It's this one, right? It's the same? Not sure about that. But guys, okay? So remember to climb your code, okay? So up to this point, we already finished most of the things that we are going to do in the class. Next thing that we are going to learn is how to do the pipe system. So it's going to be like very interesting because you will learn how to create this interactive system, okay? So very quickly, as I already give you the code in the chat, I'm going to show you how it works for an interactive system, okay? This is not going to take that up time. I want to be very quickly just in the demonstration, okay? So when you are the player and you are in some specific areas like this one, you are going to see this message, okay? So this is composed by the lines that I teach you how to do yesterday, and also this text message, okay, that says jump. If the player, that is the red team, jump in this area, the player will be able to get this super jump here, and will be able to access to the pipelines that are just in the top, like this one, so you can move around your scenario. But also, there are some parts that are covered, okay? So when you use the jump button in that areas, you are going to be teleported there. And if you hit sneak, that is the button that you use to sneak, you actually are going to be able to get down to, okay? And this is only going to work for the red player. The other players cannot access here. Okay, and that's the system that we are going to learn how to do. First thing that we need to do is to create an area, and create the areas, of course, the physical part of your pipelines that I teach you how to do in the first class. I use two, well, just the pipelines are going to be in the middle, so you can connect with the first and the second floor. And another important thing is the size, okay? Remember that the pipelines need to have enough area for the players to enter, and around the area, around the map, you need to place some access, okay? So in this case, as an example, it's going to be from enough space for the player to enter, so it's going to be 3 by 3 squares. I think it's more than enough, okay? Also here, you see it's the same size. In the top, you can see those specific areas for interact, okay? So, once you create that, what we need to do, and this is very important, guys, what we need to do is to create an area around each one of the areas that we want to interact with, okay? So if you see, all the areas that I place for interact are completely made with first the lighter, so the signal around that is an area that you can interact, and also a hold in the root, okay? So any player will be able to notice that. And also, for the ones that are in the top that the players cannot access, just only the monsters, you are going to see that it's just the same. It's the same area, but it's covered, okay? Why is covered? Because if it is weren't covered, players will be able to access to, okay? So that's very important. This has an area, okay? So, and there's two different ways that I made to interact with this. If you are in the first floor, as you notice, you can jump, okay? That's going to be the first interaction. So if you, as an example, have some specific areas in which players can hide in the top, you are going to do this. You are going to create an area, and the area is going to cover that specific point. So as an example, and this is just an example, guys, if I have a hole here and I want the players to access to that hole, the whole process needs to be the next one to be able to create that, okay? First, you are going to mark the area with this specific one. I highly advise you to get colors. So as an example, the red is only going to be able to be used by the red team, okay? What you do is actually to mark the area that the player can interact with, okay? This is the first step. The second step is going here, and you are going to put on here the actual area, okay? So the area needs to be from the bottom to the other corner, but don't do this, guys, okay? It's not very fun to be, or you have to be in the floor directly to use this. Try to increase the size a little bit more, so you will have 2 blocks. That means that even if the player is jump, it's going to be in the area that activates this when the player presses space, okay? Once you do that, you need to rename the area. You are going to rename it on here as interaction or up or jump, okay? This is going to be for the area that you are going to jump with, okay? That is the first one that I'm going to teach you how to do. Okay, of course, I already got this, so I'm going to delete this one. It's just an example that I want to show you, but I already have created mine, okay? Once you do that, you are going to go here, okay? And you are going to create a new section that is going to be pipelines, okay? Very important, guys, the system is going to be called pipelines. And how it works, okay? First, we need to add some specific system, okay? And the system is going to be the next one. Whenever a player uses the jump key, it's going to ask the system to check if the player is in a correct location, and it's going to activate the system if it's in the right location, okay? You can do this by placing just location by location, but that is going to be very ineffective and it's going to be very slow, okay? So we have to do the next things. First, we are going to create a trigger. When the player access to any location, what is going to do the system is going to add the player a variable, okay? Second, we are going to add another variable that if the player leaves from the area or any of the areas that can be interactive, it's going to remove that variable. And the third one is when the player uses the key space, it's going to check if that variable is activated, and if it is activated, it's going to do the process, okay? So as you mentioned, as you see, it's going to be 3 different triggers. So we are going to start with jump, okay? So how it works. Once you add all your locations that the player can interact with and all the system, what you are going to do, as you see on here, I already have created all the areas for jumping, okay? This is just for jumping, not for crouch. When you do that, you are going to create a new variable, a new trigger. The trigger okay, is going to be named as a jump at, okay? This is very important. I put duck here because it's something that I put before, but you can place only jump at, okay? When you add that, you are going to add a lot of actions, once per each one of your different pipelines or the holes where the player can jump. Okay, so what you do is just add an event, player, when player enters to an area, and on there, of course, you are going to select each one of the areas, okay? In my case, I'm going to select whatever that says jump, okay? Remember to rename your areas as jump, so you are going to have a clear information about that, okay? So as you see on here, it's the same event, but it has each one of the areas that I have for jump, okay? So if you have 10 areas for jumping, just select the 10 areas here. Now for the condition is very easy, guys. We need to check the player and determine the player team, okay? Just a second here, I'm going to take some time for reading your comments. Yeah, let's play your map, I like the idea. Welcome, Mr. Alt. Okay, perfect, Mr. Noob, welcome back. Okay, in the action is determine player team, guys. In determine player team, you are going to expand this section. In that one, you are going to select players in trigger event, and you are going to select the red team. Or again, options, red team, okay? This is making this trigger only works in red team. And then this is the most important one, okay? So remember the minicamp about natural disasters. In the natural disasters, we have something that was called game status, that if we got a number 0, it was no disaster, number 1, it was a meteor, and things like that, okay? This is very similar, but this is going to be player status. And what we are going to do, instead of giving a number, we are going to give a tag. That means that whenever the player is in a specific location, we are going to set up a string, and the string is going to have a name, okay? So this is the trick, and this is how you can do it to avoid making a lot of triggers, okay? So what you are going to do is just go to assign. You are going to select set character string, okay? But very important, on here, we are going to set up a private variable, okay? Because each one of the players is going to have a different variable, okay? Because, you know, each player is going to interact with different things, okay? And this is very important. This system, you can use it whenever you are doing a multiplayer game, so all the players will be able to interact, okay? In this case, we are going to use only this tool for red team, but remember that this system, you can do it for a lot of things. So what you are going to do, in the first option, you are going to select function library. You are going to select player and private variable string. In private variable, you are going to create a new variable, and you can call that variable, you can call that variable duck interaction, or you can call it as just interaction, okay? Remember, just create it here, and on here, of course, I'm going to put delete, because later I'm going to use this one, but you are going to use the one that says delete duck interaction, okay? And very important, this is the most important part, the name that you are going to put in input is jump, okay? So that's going to make the character jump, okay? Very important, I put it in lowercase, and it's very important that you memorize how do you write it, okay? It needs to, when you actually put it in the other system, needs to match with this, okay? So jump in lowercase, and that's it, okay? That's how you add the monster to the system. So whenever a monster enters to that area, it's going to activate the option to jump, okay? Now, we already have this one created. Now we are going to create another that is being called clear interaction. And what it's going to do is that if the player goes away from any area where actually the player can use an interaction, it's going to clean the interaction. So create a new trigger, rename it, and the way you are going to rename it is interaction clear, okay? And on this, you are going to add a lot of events once more, but this time it's not players enters to an area, it's player leaves an area, okay? So whenever the players enter to an area, okay, And on here you need to select area by area, all the areas that you have for making the jump, okay? Once more, we are going to add the event that says the player is team red, okay? So just remember, you access here, player, determine player team. On there, you select players and trigger event, and you are going to select in options, red team. So we are going to be sure that only the monster is going to interact with that area. And you are going to put the same conditions, so you copy and paste. Remember, it's a set character string, it's the same that the previous one. And also it's a player private variable that is going to be duck interaction. But very important, on here, we are going to change the name to nil, okay? Or whatever you want it to do. This is going to remove the tag, so players cannot use any skill if they are in the nil area, okay? And we have the base of our system. With this, we will be able to make the players jump, okay? And how do you make the players jump, or how do you do it? We are going to add a third one. So we are going to add a new script. And if you notice, before continuing, guys, jump add and jump interaction is just the same script. The difference is going to be that it's changing the character to nil in interaction clear, and the other one is that it's going to change it to jump. And the other difference is the event, okay? But very important, at the new one, you are going to change the name to ducked jump, okay? And what you are going to do is that this is the actual interaction, okay? This is what the player will be able to do if he presses space, okay? So you are going to hit here, okay? You are going to add player, and there is a special group of options that you have here, okay? So you have press, you have long press and release. Press is going to work when you push the key, okay? Long press is only going to work if you keep pressing that key. And release is actually when you release that key, okay? So in this case, we are going to use press, okay? When you hit press, we are going to be able to select in options which key, okay? So this is going to work for computers and for cell phones. If you are in a cell phone, space is going to be jump. If you are in a cell phone, shift is going to be crouch. And of course, the directionals are going to be the normal directions in a cell phone, okay? So we are going to select key, the space key. That means that when the player presses space or jump, it's going to activate this. The first condition is that it's going to be the red team. So remember, player, determine player team. In player team, we are going to select players and trigger event. In red team, remember, select always red team. But very important, on here we are going to check that the condition is that the string that we just created is in jump, okay? So that's why we add this one that converts the private variable into jump, okay? So how did you do that, okay? So you are going to add a new condition. You are going to scroll down to tools, and you are going to select a string comparison, okay? Character string comparison. And when you are in player string comparison, okay, you are going to select player's private variable. For this, remember, you are going to go to function, guys. As always, function is going to have all the features. You are going to select player private variable string, and in private variable, we are going to select duck interaction, okay? In duck interaction, we are going to select yes, and very important, the word that we put in here, that is jump, needs to match with upper cases and lower cases with the same that we put in jump interaction at, okay? So jump here, and on here is also jump, okay? And the actions are going to be very easy. First, we are going to make the player jump, okay? So the action is very easy, guys. To make a player move, like having a push or a knockback, what you have to do is just go here, and you are going to move right here. Around this area, there is one option that says make the player move towards a direction. You add that one, you are going to have that menu, okay? So in the first one, you are going to select players in trigger event. The direction is going to be above, okay? Because of course we are going to make a player do a super jump, and the speed that I use is number 2, okay? So this is very important, guys. In games, there is something that probably you don't know, but it's being called coyote time, okay? Coyote time is some technical use that is has a very funny origin. But it's around the Looney Tunes cartoon that was the coyote, and I don't know how to say correcaminos in Spanish, But let me show you a quick image of this, okay? Probably you are going to recognize this. Okay? If you remember this show, probably, or you have seen this show, there was a specific part in actually is this one that is actually that the coyote or this animal will notice that they are going to that monster is going to fall whenever he realizes that he actually is not hitting the ground. Okay, so in most of the platformers and the games, it's very uncomfortable if as soon as you move away from the floor you fall directly, because probably you miss by just one pixel, and probably the game is going to take some seconds after you do the action, press the button to execute the action. Okay, so all the good games, what they do is actually to allow you to jump a little bit even if you are already fall from the actual platform. Okay, that is the technical name for that, and that improves the game a lot. Okay, so I did something similar for the coyote time, and is that if you actually are playing and you are in this area, you will have a time to fall. Okay, so if you realize, you don't immediately fall, because if you do that, probably it's going to be very hard to move on here. Okay, so as you realize, even after jump a little bit, you have a time. You will have a time to move around and then decide where you are going to fall. Okay, it's like you weren't having gravity for a little bit. And how you create that? Okay, so the force that you applied here in this area, it's going to be more than the one that actually you need. Okay, so if you realize I don't need that much force, with enough force to get in this part will be enough to be able to access here. But what I do is to put a lot of power on this jump, so even if I miss on here, I will have enough force to keep going up, and I'm going to have like no gravity effect for a little bit. Okay, so on here, my advice on the trigger that we were doing is that this last paragraph or character will told you how much power you are going to have. Okay, how much you are going to jump. So instead of putting one that is the normal amount, I put more force, I put the double, so the players will have enough time to plan where they are going to move. Okay, so right now there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 11, like 13 blocks for this jump. Okay, so with 2 I will be able to jump up to 13 blocks. You need to just find out which is the perfect value for you, but remember, don't do that this jump is going to be just immediately make you fall down directly, because it's going to be very uncomfortable. Be sure that you use more power, so the players are going to have enough time to plan where they are going to move. Okay, and after that, what you have to do is just to place 2 triggers more. The one that creates an effect in the location, and the ones that make a sound. Okay, you already know how to create those one. I place the sound that is behavior 38. I'm going to pause the music a little bit so you will be able to hear. And that's the sound I put on. And that's it. Okay, guys, with this you already have the interaction for the pipelines, but in my map there is a second interaction. And let me show you very quickly this interaction. Of course, I will be able to move to that area very quickly. And it's the up or the going up and going down at the same time interaction. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit different than the other, that is this one. Okay, so in this one we are not going to make the player jump. Instead of that, we are going to teleport the player up or teleport the player down. Okay, and this is a little bit different because if we make the player jump, of course, this is completely covered, so the player won't be able to exit. Okay, in this case, in the case that you are going to use exitable or enterable pipelines from the top to the bottom, like this one, the interaction is going to be almost the same, but we need different features. Okay, so first, in the floor, you are going to just put the same leak signals right here around this area. But you also are going to put that signals, that a part that allows you to detect that that area is an interactive area on the top, okay? So player will know that in the bottom and the top is going to have that interaction. Then what you are going to do is to create an area, guys. This is very important. You are going to start with the bottom, with the block that is just directly in the bottom, and you are going to end up to 3. My recommendations is between 2 or 3 blocks up from the top of that line, okay? When you create that area, we are going to rename it in a different way. We are not going to put jump, you are going to put up, down, okay? Because with this, you are going to understand that the name of that specific area, you will be able to just do both interactions, okay? Let me see. Oh, actually, the torch doesn't have a trigger, and they'll just check the last class. Can see, I'm going to send you the link via Discord, and if I didn't in 1 hour, just reminded me in Discord. It's a script and it's easy to import, so just go ahead and check that class, or I'm going to send you the link later, okay, Kenzie? So you will have that torch. Now, and it's just a script, it's not a trigger. Okay, guys, so once you create that area, okay, remember, it needs to be just one area that covers both holes. You are going to go here, and we are going to do the same thing. So this is just the same, guys. We have an actual trigger that adds the player when it's in the area that allow to do this interaction. And then the same trigger that we used before is going to clear the interaction. So the first thing that we are going to do is to go to the interaction clear. Remember the trigger that we create for that. And what you are going to do is just copy and paste the same event that you have. But this time you are going to add all the areas that are up, down, okay? That will allow you to do this new interaction, okay? And that's it. You don't have to do more things just by adding those specific areas on here. When the player leaves in the interaction clear trigger, that's going to clean that, okay? But we need to create the other two. The other two are the interaction up and down, and finally the interaction up and down add, okay? So you are going to add a new trigger set. The trigger set is going to be named as up, down, add, okay? So that's going to allow us, the player, to add that interaction, okay? If you notice, you can use the same jump add interaction that we previously created. Just hit copy and then paste and rename it as an duck up and down. Delete all the events, and you are going to add the events that is going to be player centers area. That is the same that you already have it, but on here you only are going to choose the areas that you can go up and down, okay? So as an example, this one that is up and down. Once you have all your areas added here, each one in each one of the events, you are going to change the action, okay? The action is going to be the same. Players in trigger event, duck interaction, player private variable. Remember, just copy and paste the other trigger and rename it. What you are going to do is to change this. So in the order, it was telling you to put here jump, okay? On here, you are going to put up, down, okay? Very important, it's together, no spaces, and it's lowercase, okay? And that's it. With that, we have the interaction add for up and down, okay? Then we need to create the duck up interaction, okay? So what you can do is just copy the jump trigger, the normal one, not the jump add, and you are going to rename it as a duck up, okay? So once you rename the copy, and the copy and paste it trigger, we are going to just keep the same events, but we are going to add a couple of things, okay? So remember, the action is when the player press, it's also going to be the space key because we are going to go upwards. It's going to be only working for the red team, but the most important, in the second one, on here you are going to have jump, you are going to change the name once more to up, down, lower cases, and no spaces. And you are going to add a new action, okay? So this is very important. You need to know in which altitude you are going to activate this, okay? So in this example, if I'm right here in the menu, I will know that I'm in the altitude 16, okay, guys? altitude 16 is going to be the one for the bottom. For the one in the top is going to be 21, okay? That means that the difference is going to be 5 blocks, okay? So we are going to add an action, and is that if we are less than 21 blocks, what we are going to do is to jump, okay? We are going to be teleported to the top. That means that we are only going to use one area for both of them. So if the area is, or the location of the player is below the top, we are going to jump up. If it's above the top or in the top, it's going to go down, okay? So how do you do that? You access here, and you are going to use coordinate value of a location, okay? When you add that, you need to select which location, okay? So you are going to select player location on here. When it's telling you which location, just go here, function library, player, and player location. And in here, you are going to select players and trigger location. And the coordinate value is going to be Y, okay? So remember, in the options, we have 3 coordinates, X, Y, and Z. Once more, for those that didn't know how to get those coordinates, on here you can see it in the mini menu. Remember, just hit on here. You have the first one that are X, and the second one is going to be Z, and the altitude is going to be Y, okay? Also, what you can do is just hit on here and select I am here, and in the chat is going to tell you the health that is going to be 16, okay? That is going to be the last value. So once you got this, you are going to put the altitude here, that is going to be 21. Remember, put the altitude of the top, okay? And the condition on the center is the most important, okay? It's going to be less than, okay? If you put any other, it's not going to work, so just put less than, okay? And once you are there, what we are going to do is, instead of jump, we are going to change the player location. So in jump, you are going to have all these options. What you are going to do is to delete the first one, okay? And you are just going to keep the effect and the sound. You are going to add a new condition and a new action that is going to be change player location, okay? Guys, did you know where you can find player's location? It's very easy. Go here, and in player, you are going to select, of course, it's around this area. Okay, change location, okay? Okay, and yes, I think it's that one, if I'm not wrong, Basi. And once you do that, you are going to have these options, okay? So the first one, you are going to select player in event. That's the player that is going to execute the action. And this is very important. In the current location, you are going to select function library and location offset. What is going to do location offset? Location offset is going to take a location, any location, and you can tell with the next variables that we are going to use inside if you want to move the location for where we are going to execute the action a little bit down or a little bit up or to any kind of direction, okay? So that's what we are going to do. We are going to select location offset. In location offset, you are going to select on here which player is going to change or execute the action. So we are going to select player location. Remember, it's the player location. The player that is executing the action, that's the point that we are going to take. And we are going to sweep along the coordinates axis, okay? And the only number that you need to change is the middle, is the y-axis, that is the altitude. And what we are going to do is, if you put a positive number, it's going to go up. If you put a negative number, it's going to teleport the player down, okay? So in this case, as we need to go from the bottom to the top, we are going to move 6 blocks, okay? Remember, we are going to move 6 blocks because our first floor, the floor that we are jumping with, is 16 and the floor in the top is 21, okay? So the difference is going to be only 4 blocks. We are going to jump 2 blocks over it, okay? And that's it. We can keep the other ways that you have it. Of course, if you want to change the sound or you want to change the effect, you can do it. But right now you should have that interaction working, okay? So right now your players will be able to, when they press jump here, they are not going to jump, they are going to be teleported here instead, okay? Above this area, if you get teleported in the middle, just add another number to the 6, as an example, at 7 in this center, in this part. If you are too high, just reduce that number a little bit, okay? So if, as an example, you get teleported like this, just reduce the blocks, the amount of blocks necessary to get into the top, okay? That's going to be the first one. For the second one, that is going to be a little bit more easier, what you have to do is just copy and paste and rename it as a duck down, okay? So you are going to copy duck up and you are going to rename it as a duck down. You are going to keep the same condition and actions, but very important, on here, on the third condition, you are going to change just this option, okay? The option in the center, you are going to change it from less, that is right now here. You are going to change it to greater than or equal to 21, okay? To the same number, okay? And in the actions, you are going to use just the same action, but instead putting here like the number that you put before that was 6, you are going to use -2, okay, just here in the middle. And that's it. With that, your map is going, or the mob that you are going to use, it's going to allow the player to get up and down, okay? But very important, guys, as we are now in the top, we are not going to use the space key because that is not going to be intuitive. Instead of that, we are going to crouch. So how you are going to do that? Just change in the event decay. So remember, we were in space, we are going to change to shift. Shift is going to be the key that allows the player to go down, and that's it. If you press that, now you will be able to get down, okay? So right now we have a system in which your players will be able to get up and get down from this area. But most important one, if we keep the system like it is right now, there is something that we will be missing, okay? And what we are going to miss is the next thing. Let me change, okay? Let me change that information. Let me show you very quickly, okay? So right now our system is going to work, but something that we are missing, both systems are going to work actually. But if you know, and if you notice, there is something that left, that is that we don't create like any information here. So players are going to see a square in the floor, but they don't know that they can interact actually with this. So the last trigger that we are going to use or create is actually to make that happen, okay? To let the players know that they can jump and they can down, okay? And how you can do that, guys, okay? What you are going to do is that we are going to create a new trigger, okay? The trigger is very easy, guys. And this will allow you to create text around any area, okay? So you can get this trigger and you can use it for a lot of things. So you are going to create a new trigger. You are going to rename it as a jump info, okay? What you are going to do in the event is just create game logic in game time. It's in game time. No. Yeah, it's actually in game time, okay? Oh no, sorry, it's game running time, okay? So on here, we need to select game running time and we are going to put 5 seconds later, okay? When we create 5 seconds later, because most of the times, probably the players are going to have like different times because it's a multiplayer game when they start the game. So we are going to be sure that all the players can see this, okay? And the action is going to be the same action, but is going to be copy and pasted, okay? So what you have to do is to create here, you are going to go to a display information and you are going to create a displayed information in a location, okay? When you open that, you are going to have this menu. You are going to select on here text box, okay? For those that didn't know that, with this you can create the progress bar, you can create the text box, and also you can create some arrows in the floor and some guidelines to a specific area. What you are going to do is to select the text box option, okay? So the text box content is going to have the same color. In my example, it's going to be red and it's going to be jump, pointing upwards. Remember, if you want to get that arrow, it's just in the script section. Once more, it's around this area. You have a collection of arrows that is going to be much clearer for the players. The font size is 16 and the ID is number 1. And the position, you need to select one by one, but you are going to select here function library central location of an area, and you are going to select your area. So remember, we have all these areas that have been named. That is the one that we interact. You are going to select jump for one, and you are going to select one by one until you complete all your areas. It's just the thing that I do here, okay? That's going to be for the first one. For the other one that says up and down, remember that is going to be a little bit different, okay? So with this, you are going to have all your jump areas with information. That means that this one is not going to have it, because in this one you can jump and get down, okay? So what you are going to do for those specific areas that are just using one area to have both interactions, you need to create another one, okay? So you just can copy and paste this one, okay? And you are going to rename that one. So remember, just copy and then select paste and select the same trigger. And in this one, you are going to rename it as a info app, okay? You are going to delete all the areas that you have it, and you are going to create one from zero. It's the same event. The text box is going to be keeping jumping, but for this one, we need to use a different thing on here. So on here is just going to be jump, but on here we need to add a new one, okay? So you are going to use function library, location offset, original changes, and what we need to check is the original area initial position, that is going to be the center, okay? So why this is different than the normal one? Because in this case, the center of my location, it's going to be around here. So if I keep using the same location right here, it's going to create me the text right in the middle. And the idea is to get the text just one block atop the floor on here and one block atop the floor here, okay? So what you need to do is to manually change that. So you are going to put on here on the first options, just function library, central location of an area, and you are going to select the area up, down. But on here, you are going to change the numbers according to the area. So let me use as an example this same part, okay? I need to check which area is this one to be able to change it very quickly, so we are going to know for sure. Okay, this is not this one. Let me see if it's this one. Okay, just a second. No, it's not that one. I think it's the one that says area 3, if I'm not wrong, okay? Let me check. Area 3. And yes, it's that one. It's the area number 3. Okay? So what we are going to do is to change on here that text. Okay, I suppose here is the area number 3. Yes. Okay, so if you see here, I have got a -3 here. I'm going to change it to 0, okay? Just to show you how it works. And I'm going to play the map, okay? 1 second, guys. Okay, so if I move to this area, remember just the area that we are going to check. If you see, the button for jump is just in the middle, so it's 2 up, okay? So to just move down this a little bit, the calculation I made is just to check. It's right here. You need to move it down 1, 2, 3 blocks. And that's what I did right here, okay? So remember, you need to manage this manually. You need to check where it's going to work the best. Once more, if I change this to -3, it's going to work fine, because it's going to take the center of the region and it's going to reduce 3 blocks, okay? That's going to be for the upper parts. Remember that you need to add 2 of them, okay? The second is going to be for the actual down area. So instead of placing, so you are going to just copy and paste for each one of the areas. And in the second, we are going to create the text that is in the top. So if you see right here, most of the times it's going to be here an area that says sneak, okay? So let me show you once more very quickly here. Okay, 1 second. And now that I'm moving, you are going to see that on here says jump and on here says sneak, okay? We are going to create the second one, sneak. And if you realize, it's the same process, but we change the text and we change the position, okay? So just copy the action that we create for the up part. You are going to copy and paste, but for the second one, we are going to modify the text box. You are going to put sneak instead of up. Once more, I use the same color, but I put the arrow down. Once more, in the same script section, you will be able to get that characters just to copy and paste, okay? Now, in the actions is going to be the same. You are going to select the same center of the area, but this time instead of put a basic number, you are going to put a positive number, and you need to keep trying until you get the perfect size, okay? Just to be this text upper right here, okay? And that's it. With that, you are going to have already this working, okay? So right now, you can go ahead and test after you do this if your map is working in normal player. And the final part for the class is the easiest one. We are going to do the generators, okay? So in the last class, we create all the objects. Remember, we create 2 different objects, one for the fully working generators, and we also create another block here for the actual, one for the damage generator, that is the one that you put in the map by default. Remember, I put 7 of them, and one for the working generator that is going to be the one that with more light, and that doesn't have an effect, okay? These are going to be the requirements, how you are going to do that last system, okay guys? Very quickly, because we already ended the class, we are going to go to YeyoScripts once more, link here in the description, in the chat, and you are going to go to Order Escape, okay? In Order Escape, you are going to have this specific trigger, okay? This is specific script, so sorry, this one that says repair generators. What you are going to do is just open that one, and in here you have this button that says copy. You are just going to copy that. You are going to go to your script section, and you are going to create a new script, okay? Remember, first thing first, you just copy and paste that. That means that you are going to have this, just paste it. Probably in cell phones, you are going to see different things here, okay? And just put saved. If you can save that, that means that you copy in the right way. Just rename it. Generators. Okay, and when you have that option of generators, as always, you need to set up the generators, okay? So I'm going to use this software. As always, I use this software because it's easier for you to see what I'm doing with these scripts, okay? Because I can do zoom out and zoom in. And as always, you have this section, and here you are going to have all the requirements. You need to complete the setup, have a damage generator block, a fixed generator block, and a range item, okay? So what you are going to do is to scroll down to the setup section, and very quickly, and here on the first option, you are going to put the amount of generators that you have in your map. The system is going to auto-detect that, okay? The second one is the amount of reward of coins that you are going to get if you fix the generator. So if you realize when you fix the generator and you complete the fixing, it's going to just drop a lot of coins. This is the amount of coins that each generator is going to drop. If you keep it like it is, you are going to drop 10 coins. So my best advice is first just set up this. So if you put in your game 10 generators, change the number here, okay? After that, we have the ID sections. On this, you need to put the different mobs ID, okay? So first one, it's going to be the mob ID. Actually, it's not the mob ID, it's the block ID for the generator. So remember, on here, you need to put the block ID for the generator. So once more, you need to get the block number for your mob, okay? Sorry, for your generator. So on here, you are going to go right here, select block, go to custom, and select your damage block at first, okay? So on here it's telling me it's going to be 2009. You are going to select that one. The second one is the generator that is being repaired. It's the number of the block of the generator repaired. Okay, so go to custom and select the repaired generator. Then we have the repair tool ID, is your range. Okay, So in case you want to have your wrench, just select here, okay? Go to item and select your wrench, okay? On here you can see my wrench is 4118. Remember, this is the wrench that we created yesterday, not the normal game wrench. And finally, we got the coin or the item that the generator is going to spawn. So just go ahead and item and select the coin that we created yesterday, okay? So yesterday we create this gun. When you select it, it's going to have already all the information here. And right now your system is going to work, okay? Next, we have the trigger settings. On here, if you follow the steps and you create a variable, the Boolean one that is open the door, just keep that one on here, okay? So what it's going to do is going to sync scripts with triggers, and it's going to tell the triggers to change the variable from true to false to open the door, okay? If your door doesn't open after just fixing the generators, you need to go back here and change the name of this specific variable right here that is in between the notation marks for the same that you have on your triggers. Remember, variable here, just go to Boolean value and it needs to have the exact name, okay? No spaces and no uppercase at the beginning of each word. And that's it. On here you have some extra options. If you realize when I'm fixing the generators, I'm going to have a bar, you can change that information, but my recommendation is just keep it like it is. And that's it. With this, you are going to have your generators working. As you see, no need to do anything more than just put the trigger and set up that options, okay? So guys, in this moment, the class has been already ended. In this point, you will have already working your exit. You can exit from the game and won. And you have also the conditions for one, okay? Next week class, we are going to create the capture system, and also we are going to create the monsters, okay? And with that, in the class number 5, you already are going to have a completely playable game with different monsters. In the class number 6, we are going to learn some extra tricks to, as an example, scare the players, but that's going to be next week, okay? For now, you will have, as I mentioned before, one game that is completely playable, that you can use some interactions to actually play around, and that has most of the items working full, okay? Now guys, let's try to play some maps after this. Kenzie, please let me or show me which one is the map that you recommend me to play, okay? I'm going to play with you as always on minutes, and then we are going to end the class, okay? Oh, I was forgetting. While I'm looking for your map, I'm going to give you guys the last codes, the last 2 codes, okay? So the first one is Holy Legend. It's a part that will allow you to choose any skin, okay guys? So just go ahead and open that specific code, okay? It's going to give you a part that is very cool, that is going to be like kind of rope that you can use in the back of your characters, okay? So once more, how you can claim that is just in the same menu. You are going to go to this section. You are going to go to the gifts, to the gifts section here. And then you are going to go to events, activation code, and in activation code, you are going to hit activate. And that's it. You are going to have this this specific rope for the back of your character, okay? And Damon is very happy with the reward. I have a better reward for you guys. The next one is the Polaki top hat. It's something that you only can get from events, and it's completely permanent. And it's going to be for Halloween. So just go here. Once more, select events, select activation code, and just hit and activate it. And you are going to have this skin part that is from the top and it's permanent, so you always have this specific skin, okay? Confirm here, and you are going to have already those 2 different things. So guys, let me change to full screen. Thank you so much for assisting the class. The class is already over for those that are right here, but I'm going to play a couple of games with you just to continue, okay guys? So let me go right here. I'm going to search for Kenzie account, and in Kenzie account, okay, something is happening. Let's see, Kenzie is not connected, so I have to search right here. Kenzie. Okay, I got it. And I'm going to search for the map that you tell me. Okay, which one is it? Is find the key, Deadland, Rainbows, Boss Rush, Hunting Season, right? This is the map that you want to do for the minicamp, Kenzie. Just let me know into the comments, please, okay? And guys, if you have any kind of map that you want me to try on, just let me know, okay? And let me show the comments here. Okay, I see that it's in playable mode. Oh, okay, so the spawn is stopped. Get down right here. Oh, yes, it's the map that you made for the minicamp. Or that you are making right now. Let me find a way to access here. Okay, I think I need to break some blocks to be able to access, but let's access, okay? And okay. Let me see, I think this is the waiting area, right? Yes, this is where the players enter. And what we got here, okay, I think you will have a store on there if I'm not wrong. Alright, and this is the map that you are going to use to it. So bye, Davon, and thank you so much for playing, okay? Alright, so I see this is the map that you are going to use for playing the game. I like it. What I highly advise you to use a different block from the floor to the walls, so it's going to be noticed by the players a little bit better. Okay, nice. So instead of using the generators, you will need to find the actual generators, sorry, the actual switchers. I see, so you are using 2 different floors for this. Perfect, Spasty. So now you will be able to have that information. You will find some objects in the area, and the monster can be around this area if I'm not wrong. I know that the monsters probably are going to be able to pass through these walls. I don't know how you are going to do it. Oh, okay, there's no hole here. I was worried about that hole. Remember to use the system about the light that I know that you have been used here, but probably you are going to be able to have a cool effect here, okay? Something that I highly advise you to do, Kenzie, is to give a little bit more of a space. When you have those one block blocks, it's kind of uncomfortable because a lot of players are going to be stuck right here, like as an example, if they are playing in cell phone. So try to always keep at least 2 spaces. So as example, this is going to be the perfect area to move around, or the better area, and of course I highly advise you to get at least 3 blocks. With 3 blocks the players can move more freely and they are not going to be stuck into the walls, okay? So welcome Kenji, how are you? Not a problem, it's okay. Remember, for me it's more important that you assist or that you check the video that come in early to class, because I know most of the players doesn't come to the live class, they come to the after class video. But welcome to the class. Right now we already end the class, and what I'm doing is just checking the Kenzie map, so Kenzie will know what things he can improve, okay? So once more, I just mentioned that you need to improve this, that putting just 1 block around is kind of frustrating. A lot of players can be stuck on here, like I mentioned before. You will have like this on here, and like the part of this on here, so a lot of players can be stuck on here when they're playing on cell phone, okay? So just always try to keep 3 blocks of distance. When you cannot put 3 blocks of distance, just do 2 blocks instead, okay? Just to have more space to move around, okay? And that's this part of, I already checked this. This is kind of part where you can go up and down. So I like the idea, Kenzie. Let me check this here. All right. So I think you are in a good way, Kenzie. Just try to improve that part and try to do the map a little bit bigger. I like that the map looks now a little bit more closed. It's more like, you know, you feel more trapped here, like in different tunnels, so that also makes this ambience of horror. So that I like that part from your map, okay? Just try to improve that part that I mentioned before. As an example, never do a 1 block in trace. Try to do it at least 2 blocks. It's going to be more comfortable. And as your monsters probably are going to be 1 space more, try to keep a block ahead of the players, so the players will be able to enter and exit from this region more comfortable, okay? Same advice, guys. As you may see here, it's more comfortable, but on here, it can be kind of frustrating. You know, a lot of players are going to be stuck on here, so I advise you to change that part. For the other parts, your map is going well, Kenzie, very good job. And I hope you finish the map. And remember, you don't need to do a Sci-Fi map, you can do whatever team map, but you are doing a great job, okay? Kenzie is asking me if you, or sorry, Kenji. Oh, sorry guys. Let me change to this. Now you will be able to see better. Truly sorry for that, Kenzie. So I was mentioned 2 specific things. The map is going right. I like it. The only things that you need to change is those things that are like having some only one block sides here. As an example, on here, the distance in between the player can walk is, only 1 block, okay? So this is going to be uncomfortable sometimes for players, as they can get stuck. Of course, as this is a corner, they are not going to get stuck, but always try to give enough space to the players to move around. At least try to keep 2 blocks on here for every part, okay? Even the corners need to have 1 block, so the players will be able to play much comfortable. Of course, this is a corner, it's not too very important in a corner, but this is the area where I was having some problems with, okay? So you will have it like this area, but of course with the same block. And you have it like this, okay? So a lot of times could happen to the players that they are going to lose some seconds because they are going to jump or they are going to stuck on there, okay? And that happens more on cell phone. On computer, most of the times you will have more control, but even you see, if I'm in a computer, I having some problems trying to miss in that. Sometimes I get jumping in here, okay? So my advice is always, Kenzie, keep the 3 blocks here, okay? So as an example, keep 3 blocks in distance between the walls and those blocks, so the players will be able to play comfortable. I know that sometimes 3 is too much, but try at least to keep 1 block of 2 blocks of distance in the parts where they actually can walk around, okay? That is going to make all your maps feel more comfortable when they are playing. And same example here, just on here I just reduced this a little bit, so players are going to be more comfortable. Check this. Even if I want to turn very quick here, most of the times I get up from here, okay? And but if I do it in that way, I will be able to have enough space to turn, okay? Just check this. You see? In this area I have enough space to turn. On this one, most of the times I get stuck a little bit. So that's something that I advise you to do. And the same example, it was just on here, that you will have in like this specific part, like this. And this also has that problem. Of course, it's going to have more problems when you have a door here, because players are going to be stuck sometimes on the borders. So just keep the doors by at least 2 blocks for 2 blocks. And as this map, in this specific, your monsters are going to be a little bit bigger than the normal players, try to give this 1 block extra, so the players will be able to move freely around that area. So you see, on here even, I always get crunch over this block because there's no space in the background, okay? And that's my advice, Kenzie. Okay? Alright, so let's try to play. I never have played one of your maps. Same example here, see? You see? You get stuck on here sometimes, so to improve this, just move this 1 block and open this a little bit. With this, players will be able to move more freely and they are going to be much your map is going to be much enjoyable, okay? Also, another advice that I give you is, I know that this is very odd, but put the staircase just directly back to the bottom, So players will be able to climb directly. They don't have to jump. I know it's something that is very odd, but some players, you know, are very noobs on this. So you will be able to make this map very playable for all the players, okay? So Kenty, please give me your UID. I want to test your maps because I have never played one of your maps. So with this, I will be able to test your maps. But the map is cool, Kenzie. What I advise you to do is just to put it a little bit more. I like that your map is look like a lot of tunnels on here. And I like that idea because that makes the map a little bit more like small for the players, so probably that's going to increase the sense of fear, okay? So I like it, but put more sides the map, so the players will be able to move a little bit more. All right, so that's it. Let me see here. I'm not going to put a review now. I'm going to put the review when you finish the map, of course, to give you the right qualification here. So let me search for your UID Kentip, sorry. Okay, I put it the wrong way here. It's creator. Oh no, but this is your ID. I can't see. I'm looking for the Kentip ID. Okay, you have some older maps here. I know that you are very happy with this minicamp because I know you love to create horror maps, Kenzie. I know I have the first time that I actually played one of the Kenzie's map was before the minicamp. Before I become teacher, I remember I was playing a Deadlands. And something that you made very great about this, it was to create this specific mini screen. Actually, it was very dramatic, very important. So I noticed for that, and I want to download that for that reason. And I really enjoyed that game. Okay, so Kentip is not giving me his UID. And Luna is giving me that one, but it's not working. Alright guys, so let's play another map. Let's play another normal map. If I could, let me check. Oh yeah, now I could. Okay, so let's see what map we can play. Of course, no, for Paradox. I want to try this one. I never have played it, so let's try to play it in multiplayer, okay? Let's play it for 10 minutes. With that, I will be able to play with you guys. Oh, okay, Kentip is already giving me the UID. Just let me see if I can cancel this. Okay, it seems that MiniWorld gets completely stuck. Okay, now it's creating that. Just 1 second, guys. My screen goes completely green. That's fine. Let's go back and let's create another mini world room. Okay, so come on, you can load mini world. Sometimes I hate when that happens, but I know mini world is a really good game. I love the game even with their books. Okay. Okay, just 2 minutes. Not a problem. I'm going to try to, but I have to restart the MiniWorld channel, you know? That happens a lot lately, but it's because the update, but I just want to be sure that it's going to work, okay? Yes, I know my screen is black. Thank you so much for letting me know. For some reason it's an error with MiniWorld, but I think right now I will be able to play. Come on. It's taking a little bit of time to load, guys. I don't know why that happens. Okay. Okay, it seems that, oh, okay, now it's working. I was thinking that I wasn't able to play, but now I'm in, okay. Okay, Kenjip. Let me see your maps here. Okay, you have a parkour map on here. Oh, not sure. All right, let's play then another parkour game, okay? It's okay? If you want to join guys to the map, but just to let you know, I'm very bad at parkour. So let's try to select a parkour map, okay? Map. In here, we are going to select parkour, parkour, parkour. Okay. So we are going to select this one, elemental parkour. Oh, this is for Rosen. So we are going to play your map, Rosen. And we are going to play it in multipliers, okay? So guys, you know, you can access right now, but for some reason it's creating in one player. Okay, so guys, I think you can access now. Let's try to access to the room. Okay, I see that Mr. Pro Blanket is able to access. Okay, the first one, okay, I get a little bit of lag, is going to be the water parkour. You see guys, I'm very bad at this. Okay, let's try to resolve this one. Okay, oh. What I have to do here. Okay, let's try this. Okay, you have like different ways to get into the top, and this is the easiest way. And then we have the nature one. Okay, what I have to do here, let's do it in the easier way. Okay, oh, I fall down. But this is the easiest way to do it. Once more, we got it. No, too much. We need to do this. Okay, very good. And we complete that level. Okay, fire element here. Okay, vamos, let's try it here. I almost switched to Spanish, I don't know why, but I was switching to Spanish. Okay, once more, we got it right here. Oh no, I fall. Okay. Okay, come on, Yeyo. You can do it. This is very easy. Actually, this is easy parkour. I guess there is going to be some levels. Oh. Oh, okay. So I highly advise you not to do this in a parkour game. There is like an invisible wall here, and if you do that, sometimes player can believe that there is no wall there, and that's why I fall the first time. Okay, let's try this. And that's it, I made it, guys. So I get into this level. Now we have the earth element. Oh, okay. That is a start to become funny. Let's try to defeat this monster with our hands. Okay, what happened? Oh, I die. Oh no, I have to start from the beginning. Okay, guys, this is a very like a good game. So this is important, guys. Why? Before a long time ago, we used to do that. Okay, when you die in the previous arcade games, the games of the 80s, the 70s, you died and the game restarted from the beginning. That was because in that time, the way that you make money as game developer was by just putting coins inside an arcade machine. That is not the case anymore, so I highly advise that I do for you is to create like checkpoints. So every time you fall, you don't have to restart all from the beginning, you need to restart from the last saving point. That is an advice that I will give you to improve the gameplay a little bit more, okay? So if every time that you restart the game, you will have to start from the beginning, probably some players are going to be bored very quick of your game. Because, you know, there is no need now, or no need anymore to doing that, okay? Remember that you right now have more tools. And right now you will have, or you will be able to actually put some checkpoints, okay? Just let me know into the comments if you want me to teach you how to do automatic save it points in the minicamp for the next minicamps. Okay, so with that I will know that you are interested on that. Let's do it again once more. Like, okay, I cannot do it anymore. Let's try once more. Okay, I remember I was able to, but let's try this. Instead of going down there, oh, I almost did it, guys. Let's try once more this. No. Okay, so Spanish players are telling me that they want to play Fear Paradox. Okay. Yeah, that's making the players being bored a little bit because you die too much, okay? I'm going to create a Fear Paradox again. Okay, guys, so just give me a second, Cantip. We are going to create another room, okay? We are going to create one of the Fear Paradox. Once more here. My maps. And let's create one room, okay? Okay, let's load here this. And let me change this. Let me activate all the old scripts. And be sure that is not going to work wrong because, you know, they do something wrong. Okay, it's working now, so let me host this game, okay? Wherever player wants to access to this room, remember, you will be able to. I'm going to place 6 players, fastest fingers of the West. Remember, my UID is just going to be around here, okay? So my UID is going to be around this area. Yeah, for this area, yes. It's very hard to locate that in my webcam, but yeah. Okay. So I'm going to invite you directly. I'm also going to invite Basti. Let's invite to Gabs, to Gabriel, to King, also to Andy. Probably Andy is here, so if you are here, I hope you can access. Welcome, Anna. Okay, and also, well, we left one player more. So if you want to access, you are more than welcome. And we have the 6 players. Okay, I'm going to wait a little bit until all the players can move. So with that, I will be sure that actually we will be able to play. Okay. All right, so right now we will be able to play. Let's play. Let's press play, sorry. Okay, I want to be the monster. No, I wasn't be the monster, okay? And okay, we have all the players here. The first thing that I always do is try to fix this, and of course I'm going to stop the music. I think it's going to be better. Okay, the monster already spawned. That doesn't give us too much time to fix this. I know that monster is going to kill first another flyers. Okay. All right. So we fixed the first generator. Let's run. I don't want it to be scared by the player. It's the Spanish players are telling me to actually they want to sacrifice the players. So yes. Okay, so it seems that the monster just went out. So let's try again. Okay. I see. So if you go to the developer centers and the mini pins are 0, you need to get in communication with the server. Okay, guys? So that's very important. If you got or you get any error related with that, that means, as an example, if your developer center is not showing up at the bins, what you have to go is to this developer Discord channel. Remember here, you have that. Let me show you very quickly. And you get to have, or you need to be in communication with the modders or with the admins. They will be able to help you out with it, okay? Okay, right here, you just go to the developer center. Remember, I cannot access directly to this. You need to be invited. But on here, you will have some options that you can actually get some help with. Okay, so you are going to go to book report and just tell on here that it's not loading. As you see, there is a lot of players that are going to have this error right here. And they are going to help you out to resolve that, okay? All right, so let's play. Okay, I wasn't with the monster again. Okay. All right, so let's see what is happening here, guys. All right, so I gotta be fast. Who's the monster? Is King. All right, King knows how to play. All right. I hope he's not checking the YouTube channel, because if he does, probably he will be able to know where I am. Okay, I know that the players is actually using the skill to see where the players are. Okay, very well. We got some coins here. We have to run. Come on, boy. Move. Take those. Okay, a player is coming around that area. All right, let's move. Where is that monster? King, if you're watching the streaming, remember to use the second skill, okay? I'm a little bit scared. Okay, I think the monster is not hunting any player, okay. I'm a little bit scared. Ok. So, para el monstruo en español, recuerda que puedes usar las habilidades para buscar y matar a los jugadores, ¿vale? Recuerda que tienes una habilidad que es un ojo. Eso te permite detectar dónde están los jugadores. Alright, let's continue here. Okay, it seems that it's going to be easy because the monster is not hunting actually. Yes, actually, it's just king here. Okay, I get a little bit scarier. What was that? Okay, we fixed this generator. Huh. Okay, I think we are going to win very easy this one, because the monster is not doing anything. Okay, that's interesting. He put a name to the monster. Alright. Something happens. I think I lose the internet for a second. Okay. Okay. Let's try to fix this. It seems that the player weren't able to play this. For some reason he wasn't able to play, but now he's moving. I can hear him. Okay, I think he's looking at me. I need to run. Okay, he see the players. Okay, let's try to fix this. Okay. I think the monster is aiming where is the player. He doesn't see where I am. Don't move. I'm going to risk wait you. Oh, he see me. Run, Jojo, run. Oh, I feel that. Okay, I'm going to run around this area. I'm going to just lose the player. And let's try to run. Okay, he already see where I am. Okay, I think I will be able to rescue him. Okay, we rescue one player. Let's try to rescue the other. Oh. Run! It's very hard. While he's checking that, I'm going to fix this. He's going to take some time following players. Oh, shit. Okay, see, he doesn't see myself. Okay, I will be able to run right now. I see. It's probably because there is only for 6 players, but let me submit another room so you will be able to. Okay, he see me now. Oh, run, Yeyo! You will be able to do it! Okay, we won! That was very hard, actually. Okay, so I'm going to do the next thing. I'm going to quit the room. And guys, as soon as I quit the room, I will create another. So you will be able to join. You know, faster fingers. So let me create this for 6 players once more. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to create a room, okay? So I was just counting to give enough time to you to search. As soon as you hear I'm counting, you need to search for the room, okay? Let me create once more the room. Guys, remember, I'm going to invite those of you that are already here. So I see that Andy is right here. Also, like going to try to invite you, Basti, Solarno, but I'm not sure if you were able to play, okay? And Asher, I know that is a member of the class too. And yeah, Lupita were able to access. Luna also, I'm going to add you. Just a moment. Just a second here. Okay, mini word load. Okay, I send you a friend request so we will be able to play in the future. Okay, so I'm going to wait one more player. Oh no, let's play. Sorry, I was going to do something, but okay, I want to die. No, I'm not the monster. Okay, the monster already spawned, so we have to run as faster as we can. Who is the monster? It's going to be Luna. Okay, Luna knows where we are, so it's going to come very quickly to this area. So guys, I advise you to run. She can see our arrows. And let's hide. I want to know which monster that she has. I think it's going to be the spider. King, keep running. Oh, guys, I forgot. I'm going to activate the microphone. So probably you will be able to hear me. Okay. Let's try to fix this. Guys, remember to search for the generators and fix it. Just by clicking them. Until you get the 100% of them, okay? Remember, for killing the players, you need to search them. Use the skills that you have. For the monster. I fixed already one. Let's search for the other. Let me help you out, friend. Okay. Let's try to search for another way. Let's pick up some codes here. Oh, okay. So there is the monster. For some reason, the skin doesn't load. So we have to keep it running. Sometimes that happens, guys. There is like a new book in MiniWare that doesn't allow you to see the skins, okay? I'm always start says, Lovita. Okay, let's try to fix this very quickly. Okay, the monster is moving. Okay, I'm going to get some items here. I hear someone moving, so gonna be careful. Okay, the monster is around this area. I can hear the monster just smashing some things. Oh, it's right there. I know, that's Lobita. Okay. It seems that this one is going to be easy because monster also doesn't know how to kill. But don't worry, guys. Let's fix this very quickly. Okay, let's try once more. Okay. Hola. Hi, Andres. How are you? Yeah, actually, we already finished the class. We are just playing. Okay. Okay, there is another coin around here. I think I already picked it. And I will be able to buy some food also. We left some of them to repair. I think Monster is not doing anything. Let's try this. Okay, yeah, if you are the monster, I think you need to kill the humans because it's not going to be funny. And the monster is just moving around. So let's do this. I'm going to... Oh, okay, you kill a monster, you kill a human? No, I think it was... Oh yeah, yeah, actually you are killing the monster, the humans, that's cool. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to change the monster, so the monster is going to be more powerful. Just a second. Okay, Miniword, why did you get stuck? And we are going to switch the monster, so it's going to be fun. Because if the monster is not following you, it's not going to be very fun. I think in the future I'm going to implement a potation system, so if the player select change monster, the monster is going to be changed. That's probably something that is going to implement the feature better. Alright guys, for now that will be it. We already complete almost 3 hours of streaming, so I'm going to end the streaming right here. But remember, you can continue play with me, just access to the room, okay? 2769269, oh sorry, 2769323, okay? For now, that will be it guys. Thank